Hello mudlarking fans around the world. We are now going to go through the pottery shards from the competition which I posted a few weeks ago to see if you were good at identifying broken bits of pottery. So we'll go through the shards, reveal the answers and then announce a winner. So here we have 10 pieces of broken pottery which span the time frame from Roman times right through to Victorian. So going through them, a lot of you noticed that this was Westerwald because you've got a bit of blue cobalt there, so it's German stoneware. What was interesting and what some people did miss was the fact that the handle is pierced there, which meant it was designed to be used with a pewter lid, thus meaning it's a tankard or a beer containing vessel. Anyway, so that's the sort of distinguishing feature of that bit of stoneware, and that would be 18th century. This is Victorian, and it is a humble bit of salt glazed stoneware, and that is from a ginger beer bottle or a storage container, so that's 19th century. This one, most people got this. This is a Roman mortarium. That is a grinding vessel, and the interesting thing about that is, of course, that the grits are just on the inside, and that's where you would grind your sauces and ingredients on there. So this is Roman. Some people were thrown by the sooting on the outside, but they are found. Mortarium are found with sooting, so presumably they were also used in cooking after you'd made your sauces. This is stoneware, white salt glaze stoneware, made in this country, the rim of a plate or platter, and this dates from about 1720 to 1770, so 18th century. Most people got that one. This was the trick, really, and it did catch some people out. It looks a bit older than it is, but it's actually a bit of salt glaze stoneware drainpipe, no older than 1850. So that did catch a few people out, which I hoped it would. Number 6 here, you can tell by the damaged flaky glaze that this is a tin glazed earthenware vessel, so that would date from about 1650 to 1770, the base of a plate or charger. There, this little bit of earthenware with the thumbing and the splashed bit of glaze is medieval, so this is the base of a pot where they thumbed that to ensure stability when it stands on a surface, and this is Surrey whiteware, 1350 to 1500. This bit caught a few of you out. It's not as old as Metropolitan slipware or some of the early Staffordshire slipwares. It is a bit of Sunderland style slipware, and as someone said, it's also made in Scotland and other places around the country. So this would date from about 1800 to 1900, and it's part of a baking or serving dish there, so not quite as old as some people thought. Now this is the one that most people struggled with. A lot of people got the date correct. It is part of a borderware charger or plate with some incised decoration about that, but the diagnostic feature is that the glaze has run over the broken edge, meaning that this is a kiln waster, and I did find it at a kiln site. So it's broken and exploded in the kiln, and then the glaze has run over the edges, so you wouldn't find that on a domestic site. It's purely a kiln waster. And finally, a little bit of Roman colour coated ware from a small beaker, very fine and delicate with a black slip. So well done to everyone who entered, and it was good fun putting it together. So a few people did very well. So honourable mentions to Penny Dyer, Mark Seymour, Tim Kibben and Andrea Macmillan. But very, very narrowly, Andrea Macmillan got the most correct points from the 10 pieces. So Andrea Macmillan, you are the winner. Well done.